singing works. Hi, I'm Elena, a singer and voice teacher living in Fort Wayne, Indiana. In this introductory series to the 5-Minute Singer, I want to talk to you a little bit about the big picture, the way that singing works. A lot of people don't have the best understanding about the mechanics of singing on a larger scale. My course is incredibly specific and involves dissecting all these little body parts and what they do. But before I get into that, I think it's really important to take a step back and take a look at the bigger picture. So let's talk about the way that singing works in the body. I sort of think of the mechanics of singing in 3 layers, almost like a sandwich. Our first layer is the breathing layer. Breathing occurs, obviously, in the lungs, but because of where the muscles of inhalation are located, we feel and see singer breathing lower in the abdomen, belly area. So our first layer sort of happens from the armpit line to the waist. The second layer of singing is from that armpit line up to the seam of your mouth. So including your lower jaw, your shoulders, your neck, all this stuff. And this area I call the dead zone because you shouldn't really have a lot of effort or activity going on in this area, even though, yes, your vocal cords are located here. But remember, the work is happening in that first layer, the bottom layer with the breath. So we've got a layer of work down here, a layer of hopefully neutrality here, and then up top, the soft palate, which controls nasality. And the soft palate has to be in the raised position, the active position, so your singing voice isn't super nasal. So what we end up with is 3 layers: layer of activity, layer of rest, layer of activity. Hopefully that gives you an idea of how singing works in a big picture. And I think it also helps to explain why singing is so difficult, because you have to coordinate working really hard with certain muscles and relaxing other muscles at the same time, which is no easy feat and requires really focused, pinpointed practice, which is what the 5-Minute Singer is all about. Now, how can you tell if somebody is singing that way? If someone is singing with good breath support activity in this area, not a lot of activity in this area, and a lifted soft palate, there are specific things that you can notice with sight, sound, and kinesthetic awareness to tell if that is occurring or not, both in others and in yourself. Sight-wise, it's kind of easy to think about this based on the areas that I just described. So in this first layer, below the armpit line, you're going to see a lot of movement. You're going to see a lot of belly movement when somebody's breathing, and then a nice stable look when they are supporting their sound. In this layer, where you don't want to have a lot of activity, you should see not a lot of activity. In a lot of singers, you're going to see things like straining, veins popping out. It just looks like they're working really hard. Their jaw might be doing weird things. So all of those are signs of an active dead zone, an active second layer here. If you see a really skilled and trained singer singing, this whole area should look very neutral and soft and flexible during singing. The soft palate, you're not really going to be able to see in a singer unless you've got some really specific tools going on. But you can hear if the soft palate is up because the sound will not be nasal. Additionally, if a singer is singing in this way where they've got that big picture in mind and everything is lined up, everything is going to have kind of an easy look. They'll look flexible, they'll look relaxed. It's not going to look like they're struggling to hit notes. They will be free to be artistic and make appropriate facial expressions and gestures as they sing. They might look like they're having fun. It'll just look like a positive experience. Sound-wise, a singer who has everything lined up into that nice layered big picture, the sound will match the way it looks. So it looks free and easy. It will sound free and easy. It will not sound strained or squeezed. It won't sound like they're struggling. It won't sound affected as if they've got something in their mouth or they're struggling to open their mouth. It'll just flow well, beautiful, flexible lines, and it'll be a pleasure to listen to. Finally, there's touch and kinesthetic awareness. If you can touch a singer who is singing this way, you will feel a lot of movement in this area. This area will be nice and flexible. And again, you can't really touch the soft palate unless there's really something strange going on. If you are singing this way, you can feel this in yourself, that this area is nice and flexible and loose, kind of pliable and soft. You'll be able to feel a lot of motion in your muscles of inhalation and a real sense of effort down there. You'll also feel in this area that it feels very loose and comfortable to sing. It won't hurt or feel uncomfortable, even if you're singing at vocal extremes, even if you're singing extremely loudly. Everything will just feel like it's flowing well and be very balanced. Doesn't that sound nice? If you would like to feel that way and sound that way and look that way when you sing, you've come to the right place. Make sure to subscribe to this series and consider signing up for my paid course, which will take you all the way through the human instrument and help you learn step by step through anatomy, habit building, how to sing with ease and joy and freedom.